Policy implementation, from theory to practice. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Policy Frontiers. Today, we're diving into the heart of policy making, policy implementation. We'll be drawing on practical examples from the field of social and economic development, particularly in the public sector of developing economies in Africa. So, let's get started. Policy implementation is the process of turning policy plans into action. It's the bridge between policy decisions and actual changes on the ground. Without effective implementation, even the best policies remain just good intentions. It's the crucial step that brings about real social and economic development. Policy implementation involves several steps. First, we translate policy into action, which involves interpreting the policy and coordinating the institutions, resources, and personnel needed to carry it out. Then, we monitor and evaluate the policy, tracking its progress and assessing its impact. Effective policy implementation requires clear communication, strong coordination, adequate resources, and ongoing monitoring and evaluation. It also requires flexibility to adapt the policy as needed based on feedback and changing circumstances. Policy implementation can face many challenges, such as lack of resources, coordination failures, or resistance from stakeholders. Overcoming these challenges requires strategic planning, stakeholder engagement, and persistent effort. In Uganda, the government's efforts to reform the agricultural sector provide a good example of policy implementation. The government engaged key stakeholders, coordinated resources, and monitored progress to successfully implement its policy proposals. In South Africa, the government faced significant challenges in implementing its progressive HIV/AIDS policies. However, through strong coordination, adequate resources, and ongoing monitoring and evaluation, it was able to overcome these challenges and make significant progress in combating the epidemic. In Kenya, the government's efforts to improve the education system provide another example of policy implementation. Despite challenges such as resource constraints and stakeholder resistance, the government was able to implement its policy proposals through clear communication, strong coordination, and persistent effort. In Nigeria, the government's efforts to diversify the economy and promote non-oil exports provide a further example of policy implementation. The government engaged key stakeholders, coordinated resources, and monitored progress to successfully implement its policy proposals. In conclusion, policy implementation is a crucial aspect of policy making. It's the process that turns policy plans into action, driving social and economic development. Despite the challenges, with the right strategies and persistent effort, effective policy implementation is achievable. As we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with some questions for reflection. 1. Can you think of a policy in your country that was successfully implemented? 2. What strategies were used to overcome challenges in its implementation? 3. How was the policy monitored and evaluated? 4. Can you identify a policy that faced significant challenges in its implementation? 5. What are some strategies for overcoming these challenges? 6. How can we ensure that all stakeholders are engaged in the policy implementation process? 7. How can we ensure that policy implementation is adaptable to changing circumstances? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. I look forward to reading your insights. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Policy Frontiers for more insightful discussions on policy and development. Remember, your engagement helps us reach more people and make a bigger impact. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep making a difference. This is Felix, signing off. Subscribe, like, and share. Credits go to Policy Frontiers channel, your premium YouTube educator.